Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Afro Gardener. It's been a few days since I was able to record a video because y'all, I was sick. I was down bad. I was really sick for like 4 or 5 days, but I am back and I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about how to care for your tomatoes. So I am in, I think the bed, like one of my front beds, one of my first beds that I planted in, I think maybe a week or 2 weeks ago. Look how big they are. I just put these plants in here and I recorded it because I was able to throw them in before it started raining. And look how big they are. This one's large as well. You just can't see it because it's over there. However, what I wanted to talk about is just kind of how I take care of them, some best practices that I really like. So these are all orange accordion tomatoes. They're really fluted, they're really pretty. I think I might add in a picture to show you guys what they're supposed to look like. But this is them. And what I'm probably gonna do is go ahead and pinch these off too. Now what I usually do is I will I remove all the lower leaves, because these lower leaves get really susceptible to early blight and things like that, and you don't want that because it'll start at the bottom leaves and it'll just creep on up, and you just really don't want that. And that's actually how a lot of diseases really start, is right here at the base. Because what happens whenever you're watering or whenever it rains, the water will splash back, water and dirt will splash back onto the leaves, and it'll create an atmosphere for disease. And so removing those lower leaves is really what I like to do. You just saw me remove those 2 extra leaves because it looked like it was some spots on them, and I don't even want those problems at all. I don't want them at all. So I just went ahead and I removed them. And I'll do that for all of them. And then periodically I'll come through and I'll remove any suckers. Now, a sucker is where you have the center, this is the stem. I prune all my tomatoes down to 1 stem, and from the stem you have the branch. And so this is the branch. In between the stem and the branch right here is called a sucker. Now, I go ahead and snip those off because it's just easier for me to manage without those. And so that's how I end up taking care of my tomatoes. I'll remove those leaves on the bottom and I'll prune the suckers. Now, if you want to keep the suckers growing, I will tell you, it can be done. I know that people do it all the time. Just for me personally, I like to go ahead and prune them. But sometimes I will let them go ahead and grow, and I'll just snip them off when they're about maybe this long, and I'll stick them in some water, and those can be plants. Now, I have enough orange accordion tomatoes, so I will not be keeping any of the suckers, but there are some other varieties of tomatoes that I have that I did not have as many as I thought, so I will be pruning those and taking the suckers with me to create more tomato plants. Now this plant I have not pruned yet, and it looks like it's trying to get some spots, and so I'm just going to go ahead with my shears here and just clip those off. And then also, I'm gonna go ahead and clip these and this one. That way, there'll be no splash back here and there'll be no issues there. Also, I'll do that for all my tomatoes. And I also, after I went ahead and I planted it, I started to go in with this Dr. Earth homegrown fertilizer, Pump and Grow. It's just a water-soluble fertilizer. With me, I like to keep it really simple with fertilizing. Something I don't like to do a whole lot. And I had no issues in the past. I used to use a Miracle-Gro's version of a water-soluble soluble fertilizer that came in like a blue powder. I used that the past 2 years, and I'm just using this. I just like to really keep it simple. It says to put 8 pumps in a gallon of water, and then that's what I do. I put the 8 pumps in the water, and then I go ahead and I water my plants. And that's basically all that I do. I know that some other people might do more extensive pruning and things like that. I don't. I don't have the time to prune as much, but I do take one day and I prune all the tomatoes because the suckers grow so fast, y'all. Especially now that it's really nice, the weather is hot, these things grow so fast. And so what I'll do is I'll pick one day and I'll look at all of the tomatoes that I have and I'll prune them and do whatever I need to do to them. And that's how I stay on top of watching them and making sure that they're not getting hit with disease or anything else. I wanted to give you guys an update on Feisty McFeisty right here. This is baby. She's made a complete recovery. However, she has learned to fly out of the chicken run. So we're actually gonna have to put a top. She just flew. She's made a recovery, and she's just as sassy as ever. And she's my shadow. She's my shadow. She's pecking my feet. Stop. She's my shadow hen. But she's doing really great. Her wounds from the run-in with our cat have healed, and she is doing absolutely great. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as always, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.